meeting held last night on Monday, June the 1st. If you were to look in your package, you'll find an aerial photo on page 7 of the location of the proposed project and where the specific use permit will effectively be in place for it to be approved. Also on page 6A in your package, you'll find a survey of the tract that encompasses the proposed project location, and the property would be conveyed to Emerald for these purposes. After the public hearing was held last night by the Planning and Zoning Commission, there was some discussion. You'll find on the dais in front of you a copy of the meeting minutes because the meeting was held last night, and of course packets are distributed to the council the preceding Friday. These minutes of the meeting were not in your council packet, but if you would please take an opportunity to look at the meeting minutes that you have before.
Also, you may think that some of the conclusions of the study I left in the packet for you do not pertain to mineral wells. However, they do, and all have said that prisons in towns do not show any economic benefit, and sometimes they even are a detriment to city growth. It bothers me that throughout the press this has been referred to as an ICE facility. It seems to candy coat the fact. They may intend to bring in illegal immigrants at the beginning, then why build it at maximum security? So they're really, I think, building this maximum security prison for future use, which would be out-of-state felons and criminals from other counties. May I just have another
3 minutes? That's 3 minutes.
Well, I really disagree of this. I think Mineral Wells has enough prisons in town. I think it's a bad idea. Once a prison, always a prison.
We very much appreciate from the Olson family and many in our community that those of you in the City Council stood up to help us find another location besides our lovely airport that we have. And we just wanted to kind of say today, after this entire process, and having been at zoning and planning last night, and pointing out our conversations directly with the ICE director for North Texas and Oklahoma. When you deal with any company coming into your town, you want the best for your citizenry and for the future of the town economically. And who you make partnerships with can last many, many decades. Extra level of due diligence, if you will, to make sure that the companies we deal with are the best, and that the projects that we do in any town are with the utmost integrity, even when there are little details. For example, I stipulate on the Emerald presentation a 75 nautical mile radius from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. There is no ICE requirement at all. They completely verified this. And there were several other things, which just leaves doubt in the minds of the citizenry of what is going on in a project other than even minor details that we may not understand or not know about, but once it's built in here, we have to live with for the next 50 years. So a lot of that was our emphasis, personally, is from our family. That being said, to give everybody who was against this project, because it's probably going to pass, a little bit of closure and a little bit of peace is that on Atonement Day, we'll all be judged for what we stood up for and for what we stood up against. And I thank you for your time.
Based in Chicago, and we're dealing with the office that is in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
It is a public company. These are private funds. It's not county bonds or city bonds.
Right. Wait, one other thing. I would like to know what the hourly rate is for your different employees, guards, food service workers, medical personnel.
The last time this question was asked, the only response we can give you is, at the time the prison opens, we will have to find out what is the wage that will have to be paid to get enough people to work at the prison. I can't tell you if that's $5 or $10 or more. I can't tell you that. And we just got to be honest and real about that. I can't guarantee a particular.
And one other thing, if if there is a problem inside, if there is a law broken inside the prison, like if there's an assault or they find drugs or whatever, whose caseload does that go on? Does that go on our judges? Does that go on, do we know? Who takes care of that part of it?
They can file that they can file that federally in a federal jurisdiction, or they can file that local with their local jurisdiction. They can file it in either court.
Okay.
You know, they're both Parker County and Middleborough County are both responding up there.
Okay.
I can tell you that just to give you an example, when Parker County or Weatherford had the escape that happened here a couple months ago with Emerald, we sent them a bill, a considerable bill, for all that time that we did, and to my knowledge, they're paying it.
Okay.
And I'll second that by saying that, like I talked with a couple of you, when we had the last public hearing, and I can tell you that there's not a council person up here that has not deliberated this decision, many, many times. And we've all thought about what the long-term impact is going to be, what the short-term results are going to be, and I can tell you that it is something that we have all, thought very, very, had a lot of forethought about. And I can tell you it's a difficult decision, but I think it's in the best interest of the city.
Permit, all in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? Passes 6-0. We listened to you, we went out and found a place that is probably more suitable. We have 20 years experience with a prison out there, we know what to expect.